fairly questionable call there that kind of pushed him through the next match. But YILDIRIM coming in, turning 30 the day after, well, actually in a couple days, on May the 6th, he'll be a 30-year-old coming in. Two-time junior world medalist, and striking first is the Turk.
Yeah, it's a dream start for YILDIRIM, just sneaks round the back there, BOLTUKAEV. A little bit of a slow lapse in concentration, perhaps, from the Russian. Coach none too happy with that one.
And YILDIRIM got here by beating BOLTUKAEV. And earlier this year at the Yasser Dogu, which is in Istanbul, YILDIRIM lost to Alborov of Azerbaijan, and then BOLTUKAEV beat Alborov earlier in this tournament. So he didn't have to go through the guy who beat him at the Yasser Dogu to make the finals here. So
will that help him? Has he saved some energy here? He certainly started with an explosive start. BOLTUKAEV is going to have to, well, try and live up to that fearsome reputation and put on some pressure here. YILDIRIM having all his own way at the moment, but you can guess that that won't last for too much longer. BOLTUKAEV trying to bull his way forward here, but good resistance from YILDIRIM, refusing to yield. But a good start from the Turk, Jason.
yeah, absolutely. Controlling position now. Here comes BOLTUKAEV with the single leg. Is going to get the action pushed out of bounds, so 1 point on the step out. BOLTUKAEV kind of pulling up his knee a little bit, going, nah, it wasn't supposed to move like that.
At what point, and now obviously we're going to see an injury intervention here from the medical staff. The Russian coach is just having a little look at this one as well.
They see BOLTUKAEV work on that sweep, trying to drag it down out of bounds. It looked like it,
that went on its own accord there.
Yeah.
Which is usually indicative of a ligament strain. Well, we only hope that he's okay here.
Good work by the production team here to get that angle. Yeah, because now here's the thing with injuries. If it's not called for by the referee, it can lead to a penalty point, believe it or not. Because if they think, you know, in some cases referees a little more open to saying, oh, okay, let's take it over. Oh, wait a minute.
We've seen a little bit of the magic spray there.
Cold spray coming out. Okay, here's another look at it. Actually, here's another look at the first takedown at YILDIRIM. That was just clean. It's almost like, you know, that little duck caught BOLTUKAEV standing still.
Yeah, well, this man, YILDIRIM, he's had a dream of a start, and we only hope that BOLTUKAEV can continue, because usually when you go down with no one else around you, it's a really serious ligament injury.
And we were talking about injuries earlier at lunch. You were talking about, in your sport, that you didn't actually have a knee injury until after you got done.
Exactly. Well, it's the wear and tear over the years, and it is such a he's looking for a strap there to try and give himself some sort of support. Well, he's in trouble here. Can he put his full weight on it? Because he's going to have to put his 200-pound plus frame and that of YILDIRIM on top of it. And it's not, when you go in a normal plane of motion, the muscles take care of everything, but when you get twisted around, well, we hope, we can see it's just going away from under there. BOLTUKAEV is in genuine trouble here. Hats off to him in terms of bravery, but sometimes you have to be protected from your own courage, and that may be the case here, Jason.
And John, I don't want to bore you with my television watching here in Serbia, but it's odd that I'm comparing this to BOLTUKAEV, a big, strapping bruiser of a wrestler, and horses rely on their legs to survive because flight is their defense mechanism. But, you know, when a horse goes lame, you have to put it down because it's their only defense. All that weight. Horses are big animals. This is what I'm going through my mind right now after watching Animal Cops Houston in the hotel. It's like, he's got a lot of weight on that knee. You know, it's very tough. I mean, might be a reach of a comparison, but...
Well, I'll give you, does he have the horsepower to continue, though?
That's true. I mean, I don't know if that'll ever, Animal Cops Houston will ever come up in my broadcast again in a comparison, but... Well, he's going to, man.
Looking at that straight leg, it's just lying limp underneath BOLTUKAEV. How much longer can this continue? YILDIRIM doesn't care. He's putting the pressure on.
Good job there. See, what BOLTUKAEV's trying to do is trying to create offense from his situation. See, again,
so much time
he peeled his wrist off the foot. You can have the control. You cannot have the foot. You can have the ankle, so.
Well, no matter what happens here, as you say, the referee keeping an eye on that, but BOLTUKAEV, real bravery, but I think the Russian coach is going to make the right decision here. He's having the conversation with BOLTUKAEV. We don't need to be a translator from this distance to realise, are you fit to continue? Have you got anything left in the tank? Well, he's so tough, he's going to take off the knee
No, he's going to
support.
switch knee pads.
Yep.
He's going to put the knee pad on the other
Because
the shoe is literally on the other foot.
There you go, because he's going to rely on the strength of the uninjured leg to try and allow him to continue. So putting then the good leg in front, or putting the good leg behind to give him that ballast, to give him that support. So he's literally changed stance here. Tremendous bravery from BOLTUKAEV. YILDIRIM, well, he knows the target that he's got to go for.
I'll tell you what, my opinion of this guy has changed. It's not like I had a negative opinion to start with, but you know, after seeing his meltdown at the Olympics, I didn't know exactly what he was really made of. And now you kind of see, well, okay, this guy loves to scrap, loves to fight.
Well, no guts, no glory, but no standing leg at the moment. But he's doing his best to get out of this round here. YILDIRIM has that 1-point lead. It's still in the balance for BOLTUKAEV.
Now here, can he drive off that leg? Can he drive off of it to finish this? Reversing direction now is YILDIRIM. Scramble, 2. Extends his lead now to 4-1. And now here's what we're gonna see. Is he gonna go with the legs? Is he gonna shelf it? You gotta be careful here.
Well, the referee steps in there. Hard to watch that sometimes. YILDIRIM more than fairly going for that injured leg. They've kept it clean, they've kept it. Well, the referee just making sure the coach was sitting down there. Hats off to BOLTUKAEV, but also to YILDIRIM. He could have lost his focus and changed his game plan, but he's kept it simple. He's kept the pressure on BOLTUKAEV, who seems to be suffering on adrenaline here at the moment. How much longer can that knee hold up? Well, it's going to have to as he limps back gingerly to the corner. Bravery from BOLTUKAEV, Jason.
Guts or stubbornness, whichever you want to prefer. I mean, you're looking at it, is this a serious injury? Just, I mean, the athlete, you got to know your body, and if he doesn't think that it's serious enough that this could, if it's that bad, he's probably could be done for the rest of the year. So he's going to sit there and, is it worth finishing the match? He must feel like he can probably go. This is just a temporary lapse.
Well, the only thing that would really concern you is when it gave away from him just walking. So the adrenaline's kicked in, as you say. He's got the guts. Can he get the glory? You've got to...
Do you have it? Guts? BOLTUKAEV does, apparently, right now.
Well, can he trade his passion for glory? It's a rocky road to the European Championship crown here. Well, he's going for it. Prepared to continue, YILDIRIM. Well, he's got to just do what he's doing, keeping it simple, that 3-point lead.
And of course, with BOLTUKAEV's stance, what he's doing, he's almost presenting his left leg to him, keeping that right leg back, because, you know, as a wrestler, it's not like you're going to pick the weakness and you're going to pick the weakness and exploit it, but you're not intentionally going to try to like rip the guy's leg off if you know it's bad. But you're trying to win a match too.
Sure.
I mean, there's a difference between being nice and playing within the rules.
Absolutely. The difference between etiquette and, of course, the required determination to go for that gold. It is hanging in the balance here. Likewise, the knee of BOLTUKAEV.
But again, what BOLTUKAEV doing is here is his stance. He's controlling the center of the mat. He's in the middle of the mat, which again, as we talked about, usually would indicate you are not the one being passive.
Sure.
Good strategy here, good match strategy here by BOLTUKAEV, even though he's trailing 3-3 with 2 minutes to go. Oh, there's the snap. Did that exploit a weakness? Did that exploit a weakness? The way he moved did not look right.
Yep, I totally agree with you there, Jason. He's doing his best to contain it, but at the same time, YILDIRIM not too unhappy to let things roll along. He's got that 3-point cushion at the moment. He knows that he's up against a wounded BOLTUKAEV. Can he put him to the sword at the moment and close this one out here? Well, it's the long limp back around the referee, and of course, the World Championship's not too far away either. BOLTUKAEV being brave to the point of recklessness, perhaps. A minute and a half to go.
Passivity warning against YILDIRIM.
A little bit of a moral victory there for BOLTUKAEV. He's been the aggressive. He's tried to push forward. Can he get the shot clock against the Turk and give himself a real Hail Mary shot in the last minute? Well, Yildirim's done everything right so far. Can he keep that going?
See, with under a minute to go, you might get a passivity warning here in the next 10 seconds. That's where it's got to be, or 20 seconds. But let's be honest, BOLTUKAEV's controlled the center, but he hasn't really taken a shot in this second period. Maybe force a passivity and try to get Yildirim to take a bad shot, but he doesn't need to score. And there's the passivity warning offered.
Tries to go for it.
Well, white paddled, so now it looks like we're not going to have a passivity warning because we are under 30 seconds.
Well, Reza Yildirim has put on an impressive performance here. Conversation with the match chairman. As you rightly said, Jason, we're into the last 30, so no passivity. And on we go. BOLTUKAEV has given it absolutely everything. And if it is to be the silver medal, which looks more than likely, I'm sure there'll be a warm applause for the efforts of the Russian. He's given it absolutely everything, but it takes two to wrestle. And wrestling his way to a potential gold as he steps out of the mat here with just 3 seconds left here. Reza Yildirim, my goodness, he has had to work for this one. BOLTUKAEV gave it absolutely everything. And Jason, sportsmanship and bravery also count. Likewise, there's a gold for Yildirim. Tremendous match.
Yeah, and you know what? Unfortunately, the injury robbed us of what this could have been. But you know what we saw out of it? We saw something completely different. We saw grit. We saw guts. We saw a guy that loves to wrestle out there. And that's not the guy who even won. And we talk about Yildirim here. I mean, you got great